Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, I'm Aulia Nurbaini from the second group. We'll explain about the process of designing the curriculum. And the first is before we know deep about the process of designing curriculum, we should know first about the lesson plan. Lesson plan is what the teacher plans to do for the day. And the second is curriculum design. Here, curriculum design is a process of thinking through how you want to organize what you want students to learn. So, in curriculum design, we focus on the process of thinking about what our learners need to learn, and then the curriculum plan. Curriculum plan is what the teacher wants students to learn over the years. And then the process of the curriculum is the curriculum guide. Curriculum guide is a curriculum document that is a course of study for their subject area that developed in the curriculum project. The first step is statement of philosophy. In the statement of philosophy, describe the purpose of your program and rationale for including your program in the school curriculum. And in philosophy, so include there's three questions. First, what are the purpose of my program? So it's include in the statement of philosophy. The second is, why do I think the purpose are worth including in the school program, and how are these purpose best accomplished in the context of my school, my students. And then the second is developing the goals of your program. What should students know and be able to do as a result of my program? In the second step of curriculum design, the goals should describe including skill, knowledge, dispositions that can reach by every student, not just some students, but every student. For example, your senior high school student class 2 should be able to master in some genres. So not only some student that be able of some genres, but every student should master of some genres that consist in the curriculum that and you will decide on the developing of the goals of your program. The first is the most important goals to achieve in physical education, and then you can add any additional goals, but the important is the first is the important goals, and then these goals are achievable for your students, so not too difficult to learn, and then the goals need to modify to meet the unique needs of your students. And then the third step is selecting and sequencing objectives or outcomes for grade levels. Here, after you select the objective, you should sequence it. What objective should student meet at the end of each grade level that will lead me to my goals. For example, for the elementary in first grade, they should be able to read just slowly, and then we sequence it to the second grade of elementary student. They should be able to read more fast than the first grade. And then the fourth is selecting and organizing framework of your content. Here, an organizing framework, usually also called content framework, is a conceptual shape to organize the objective that you have for your program by content area into units or terms. So here, press the grade level objective into the content framework. Use a grade level. For the example, there are high school framework, middle school framework, and elementary school framework that can be included into one framework. And then the next is developing a yearly block plan. This next step is you will decide when you will teach these units over the school year and for how long you will teach each unit, and decided how much time you need to give the subject and where to place the unit in the school year. Many factors that can influence the developing yearly block plan, such as seasonal and weather conditions, and then availability of equipment and facilities, holidays and community events, school schedules, and relationship to others units in your curriculum. And the last step is creating objective in unit. Here consists where in the block then will the objective be out. Here for the example, when we learn about basketball, the first maybe we can begin with identify the location to play the basketball, and then describe how to select the appropriate shoes and balls, and also describe the strategy and the benefits of playing the basketball. And then what should be and what can be the context of the role of context in curriculum planning. Here, targeted accurately what they think students can learn in the time allotted. Here, we have national and state standards, such as have good working conditions, and then have including education equipment and facilities, lot of time with students, and then small classes. That is the best condition based on the standard or national. But in this area, the teacher cannot meet with students every day, so teacher must have strategies to develop students to get what they need. And then the next is characteristics of a good curriculum guide. The first is the parts are aligned with each other. The aligned here mean are the purpose, goals, objective, unit, and assessment consistent with each other, because here consistency is the most difficult and the most important characteristic of a good curriculum. And then the content should be specific enough, and the parts are aligned with the standards, and many of the standards are integrated into all or most units and suggest alternatives and provide the assessment material is belong to teacher. Next, the decisions involved in developing the curriculum. The first is the curriculum designer must make plan an educational program to accomplish particular goals and try to develop a consistent document that is a useful guide for developing an effective educational program. Okay, that's all education. Okay, Elia.
Okay, my name is Elia Putri. I want to ask you what is correlation among curriculum and lesson plan?
Okay, Elia questions is what the relationship of unit and lesson plan. Okay, here's the levels. The biggest is the curriculum. Curriculum is a plan for a grade such as for senior high school, middle, and elementary school. While the unit plan is for a series lessons in the same context of area. So the curriculum is the biggest, and then the smaller is the unit plan is the series of lessons that will be included in the curriculum, and then the lesson plan is the plan for a lesson for everyday activities. Then the next question is okay, your presentation about the curriculum design. So we know curriculum have been designed. So how about okay, we know that make the curriculum is the process, and the process of yearly plan often requires revision. So the curriculum designer needs some revisions belong to the time. Maybe curriculum guide develops try to develop a consistent document that is useful guide for developing an effective educational program. So the curriculum designer try to make the consistent document that will be used in the next from the experience. Okay, thanks. That's all from me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.